Today, our topic is how to avoid emotional reactivity with Stoicism. Life is full of challenges, and sometimes we react emotionally without thinking. This can lead to stress, regret, and problems in relationships. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, teaches us how to stay calm and control our emotions. It is not about ignoring feelings, but about understanding and managing them. Let's explore how Stoicism can help us avoid emotional reactivity and live a more peaceful life. First, let's understand what emotional reactivity means. Emotional reactivity is when we react quickly and strongly to situations, often without thinking. For example, someone says something rude, and we immediately feel angry and say something hurtful back. This reaction happens because our emotions take over, and we lose control. Stoicism teaches us to pause and think before reacting. This pause gives us time to choose how we want to respond, instead of letting emotions control us. One key idea in Stoicism is that we cannot control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we respond. Imagine you are stuck in traffic. You cannot control the traffic, but you can control your reaction. You can choose to stay calm and use the time to listen to music or think about your day. Or you can get frustrated and stress yourself out. The situation is the same, but your response makes a big difference. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. Another important Stoic idea is to separate facts from opinions. Often, we react emotionally because of our opinions about a situation, not the situation itself. For example, if someone cancels plans with you, you might think, "They don't care about me." This thought makes you feel hurt or angry. But the fact is simply that they canceled the plans. Everything else is your interpretation. Stoicism encourages us to look at the facts and avoid jumping to negative conclusions. This helps us stay calm and avoid unnecessary emotional reactions. Stoics also practice something called negative visualization. This means imagining worst-case scenarios and thinking about how you would handle them. For example, imagine losing your job or facing a serious illness. While this might sound depressing, it helps us prepare mentally and appreciate what we have. When we think about these challenges, we realize that we can handle difficult situations. This reduces fear and anxiety, making us less reactive when problems arise. One of the most famous Stoic philosophers, Epictetus, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This means that our power lies in our response, not in the events themselves. For example, if someone criticizes you, you can choose to see it as an opportunity to learn and improve, instead of feeling attacked. This shift in perspective helps us stay calm and focused, even in difficult situations. Stoicism also teaches us to accept the present moment. Often, we react emotionally because we resist what is happening. We want things to be different, and this resistance creates stress and frustration. For example, if it starts raining during a picnic, we might feel disappointed and angry. But if we accept the rain and find a way to enjoy the moment, we can avoid unnecessary negativity. Acceptance does not mean giving up. It means acknowledging reality and finding a way to move forward. Another Stoic practice is to focus on what is within our control. This includes our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. When we focus on these things, we feel empowered and less reactive. For example, if you are worried about an upcoming exam, you cannot control the questions on the test, but you can control how much you study. Focusing on your preparation reduces anxiety and helps you feel more confident. Stoicism also encourages us to practice gratitude. When we focus on what we are thankful for, we shift our attention away from problems and negativity. For example, instead of complaining about a long workday, you can be grateful for having a job and the ability to provide for yourself. Gratitude helps us stay positive and reduces emotional reactivity. Another Stoic technique is to remind ourselves of the impermanence of life. Everything changes, and difficult situations will not last forever. For example, if you are going through a tough time at work, remind yourself that this phase will pass. This perspective helps us stay calm and avoid overreacting. Stoicism also teaches us to be mindful of our thoughts. Our emotions are often caused by our thoughts, not by the events themselves. For example, if you think, "I will never succeed," you will feel discouraged. But if you think, "I am learning and improving," you will feel motivated. By paying attention to our thoughts, we can change them and reduce negative emotions. Another important Stoic idea is to focus on virtue. Virtue means living with wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. When we focus on being virtuous, we make better decisions and avoid emotional reactions. For example, if someone treats you unfairly, you can choose to respond with kindness and fairness instead of anger. This helps you stay true to your values and maintain inner peace. Stoicism also teaches us to see challenges as opportunities for growth. Instead of avoiding difficulties, we can embrace them and learn from them. For example, if you face a difficult conversation, you can see it as a chance to improve your communication skills. This mindset helps us stay positive and resilient. Another Stoic practice is to reflect on our day. At the end of each day, think about what happened and how you reacted. Ask yourself, did I respond with wisdom and self-control? How can I improve? This reflection helps us learn from our experiences and become more mindful. Stoicism also encourages us to be humble and avoid ego. Often, we react emotionally because our ego is hurt. For example, if someone criticizes us, we might feel attacked and respond defensively. But if we let go of our ego, we can see the criticism as feedback and use it to improve. This reduces emotional reactivity and helps us grow. Another Stoic technique is to practice self-discipline. Self-discipline means controlling our desires and impulses. For example, if you feel angry, instead of lashing out, you can take a deep breath and calm down. This self-control helps us avoid emotional reactions and make better decisions. Stoicism also teaches us to focus on the bigger picture. When we face problems, we can remind ourselves of our long-term goals and values. For example, if you have a conflict with a friend, you can think about the importance of the relationship and choose to resolve the issue calmly. This perspective helps us stay focused and avoid unnecessary emotional reactions. Finally, Stoicism reminds us that we are part of a larger universe. Our problems are small in the grand scheme of things. This perspective helps us stay humble and avoid overreacting. For example, if you fail at something, remind yourself that it is just one moment in your life. This helps you stay calm and move forward. In conclusion, Stoicism offers many tools to help us avoid emotional reactivity. By focusing on what we can control, separating facts from opinions, practicing gratitude, and reflecting on our actions, we can stay calm and make better decisions. Stoicism teaches us to accept the present moment, see challenges as opportunities, and focus on virtue. By applying these principles, we can live a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Remember, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters.